At Crypto Space is back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad right now having a bit of a bounce. You like to see that, right? Is the W pattern, the double bottom pattern about to play out? It's left to be seen, but like I said, guys, I'm personally bullish on 2026. So, positioning into altcoins that have great upside in this potential move is going to be a very smart decision, right? Now, obviously, like I said, we're not out of the woods yet. You never know what could happen. This could just be a little bit of a tiny bounce for the macro to drop lower once again. So, like I said, man, the smartest decision to make is to have, if you have a 5K to 10K portfolio, even a $2,000 to $3,000 portfolio, I think, you should potentially have 50% in cash and 50% of exposure to the market just in case, right? Because there's people that are, have nailed the cycles perfectly, like, not perfectly, but have done, predicted extremely well how this cycle would play out. Like, for example, people like Benjamin Cohen that thinks this year is going to be a bear market and Bitcoin will find a low somewhere in Q4. And then there's people like, CZ Binance that thinks, 2026 will be a super cycle for Bitcoin. And if it's a super cycle for Bitcoin, there's going to be some alts that follow and perform well, and I think Monad would be one of those alts, but you're not, there's no way to be 100% sure. So my thought process is to just apply as much strategy and as possible, right? And the best strategy you can make is have some exposure to the market and have some exposure in cash for, if we do, enter a bear market, we you could have dry powder to make great purchases on even further dips. And if we enter a super cycle, you have exposure for the super cycle, right? So either way, both bases are covered. Either way, you've hedged your risk, and you've leveraged yourself in a way that is successful for either direction, right? That's the best way to do it, in my personal opinion. And as far as Monad goes, right now we're just under 2 cents once again. We bounced from 1.8 cent. As far as Monad goes, I think once we are bullish this year, once we do have a bullish 2026, this will be one of the better performers as far as altcoins go, right? Obviously, there's going to be memes that do extremely well, but I think, like I said, because Monad is a new coin, doesn't have any bag holders like that, right? It's fresh, it's new, it's the newest iteration of layer 1 technology that we have gotten, and we've never seen anything this good, right? As far as a technical perspective, since Solana and obviously Ethereum. Monad is Ethereum and Solana merged as far as the tech side to make it like a supercharged L1, right? 10,000 TPS is nothing to scoff at, right? Also being EVM as well is like super bullish stuff. But again, no one can truly predict the macro. It's really 50-50 what happens. So like I said, I think having exposure to the market is a good idea, but also having a good percentage of your portfolio, or a percentage, not a good it's up to you what percentages you decide on, but also having a percentage in cash is also a good idea, right? Just in case, right? Right now we're having a bit of a bounce from Monad, and that is extremely great to see. Obviously, with this bounce, you're going to see coins in the ecosystem also bounce as well. And again, there's going to be consistent building for the Monad team, from the Monad team, and builders on the Monad chain, right? There's going to be multiple DApp builders. Recently, we just saw 21 hours ago, the Infinite Ways to Earn campaign is live on Moo Digital HQ, built to reward early believers in Asia credit. Now, Monad is definitely, focusing on the Asian market, which is a good thing, right? The Asian market, in my opinion, is gonna lead the true next bull run, because I think a lot of investors of the previous cycles are kind of burnt out, so we're gonna need like a new wave of a new wave of liquidity, new wave of investors to really lead the next cycle, the next bull cycle, and I think that will be the Asian market. So right here we have Moo Digital that is building on Monad. As you can see, earn stable, transparent, real yields on your stable coins backed by Asia Credit, powered by Monad, right? So again, more and more dApps building. Now you could earn DeFi on your stable coins. What does Tradfi love the most? What does institutional investors that came to the space love the most? They love stablecoin adoption. And one thing that they've never gotten access to is yet, which I think they will love next, is DeFi, decentralized finance, right? So again, this is the type of building that you could see on the chain, on Monad, that could draw in, you know, or bring in institutional investors, right? DeFi on your stablecoins, when stablecoin adoption is, you know, going through the roof, that is very bullish in my opinion, right? So earning DeFi on your stablecoins, yield, you know, APR, etc. on your stablecoins is extremely bullish, man. So this is what you want to see. The fundamentals keep being built out for Monad, and that is bullish in my opinion. Even if price action isn't what you want, even if the price action is not following as yet, eventually it will, right? So right now we're happy to see the bounce on Monad from 1.8 cents. 1.8 cents to 1.95 cents. You know, this bounce could be the W pattern playing out, so we'll keep an eye on that. As always, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. None of this is financial advice. Thank you so much for all the support, and I'll catch you in the next one.